Before we begin, consider this my opinion. It is not in any way based on biblical scriptures and teachings regarding generational curses. African Christianity, through prosperity gospel, are taught that as believers, they are entitled to wealth and health. But when believers do not become healthy and wealthy as has been promised, a false excuse comes into play called generational curses. A curse can bring about serious retrogression. You will never see an improvement in your life. Death is one of the commonest effects of curses.
Do you guys get this overwhelming sense of death?
You may never be able to get married or have a successful marriage. Incurable diseases and sicknesses can clothe you. A curse can scrape off your beautiful destiny. A curse can make someone a nuisance to the community by inflicting prostitution, madness, stealing, alcoholism on the victim. More and more scare follows. Most of our grandparents did something silly that has given opportunity to certain evil forces to manipulate members of the bloodline. An innocent descendant has to face all sorts of life challenges such as barrenness, marital problems, diseases and sickness, financial constraints, etc. They wouldn't understand until they get to know the truth. People living today hardly understand why certain things in their lives don't look right, although this person is working hard and doing all the necessary things needed for him perfectly. Let's stop and think about this. In some sense, this is a reality. Behavior begets behavior. Upbringing creates mindset, which repeats upbringing. One of the primary arguments against the existence of generational curses is the influence of mindset on family dynamics. Family systems theory suggests that individuals within a family are interconnected and influenced by one another's behaviors, beliefs, and emotions. Therefore, negative patterns within families can often be attributed to learned behavior and familial dynamics rather than any supernatural curse. There is a difference between a cycle and a curse. I believe in generational inclinations, generational patterns, and even in generational behaviors. For example, alcoholic parents often raise children who themselves grow up to become alcoholics. In choosing to repeat the decisions of their parents, they open themselves to the same habits. In simpler terms, experiences we have in our upbringing shape the choices we make. The concept of generational curses can perpetuate a victim mentality where individuals believe they are destined to repeat the mistakes or suffer the consequences of their ancestors. This mindset can hinder personal growth, resilience, and the ability to break free from negative patterns. Did you know, when you're taught that the reason you are not progressing in life is because your ancestors' curses are being transferred on you, what that does is take away responsibility from you as an individual and puts it on your ancestors. You live your life blaming your ancestors and what they did as the reason why you are not living a fruitful life. Socioeconomic status, cultural norms, access to resources, and exposure to trauma all contribute to the development of negative patterns within families. For example, families facing poverty may experience higher levels of stress, which can lead to dysfunctional coping mechanisms and negative behaviors. Similarly, families affected by addiction or mental illness may struggle to maintain healthy relationships and boundaries, perpetuating negative patterns across generations. Wake up and stop dreaming. You are not under any form of generational curses. You are not living a fruitful life because you have not put in the work to better your life. Successful people do not spend time focusing on what their ancestors did that might harm them. They wake up and focus on their dreams. They provide solutions to problems experienced around them. They grind. While generational curses may be rooted in mindset and societal influences, breaking free from negative patterns requires intentional effort and self-awareness. This process often involves confronting past traumas, challenging limiting beliefs, and adopting healthier behaviors and coping mechanisms. Therapy, counseling, and support groups can provide valuable guidance and encouragement along the journey towards healing and personal transformation.
Go to therapy.